What's up, everybody? Andrew Mahone here with Tricky Jim. Going to be playing a game on TCG today, and I am playing something fun. I've got that Garchomp deck, creation of Otto's. This is Otto's Garchomp deck. I know Riley was working on it as well. It's a lot of fun to play. The Garchomp deck, we play Lance in there, so that Lance Prism Star gets to see some action. I was having a lot of people ask me about the Garchomp deck because I randomly got paired against Riley sometime maybe a week and a half ago on PTCGO, and Riley was running the Garchomp deck, and he smoked me. So wanted to show this off. Also just wanted to wish everyone who is at the Memphis Regional Championships the best of luck. I am not there this weekend. Decided that I had to take a weekend off from traveling, especially after going to PokeCon last weekend. It was just too much running around. So unfortunately we did start our Lele, but that is no problem. We do have a playable hand here to start, so we should be okay. And I like the Garchomp deck a lot. I love that you can just create some surprise plays with Lance and Super Boost. You can really just make things come out of nowhere. I do like that a lot. One of my biggest gripes with the deck is just having to get the 2 energy required onto Garchomp in order to pull off that Royal Blades. That is a little bit tough, but once you get the Garchomp and the Lucarios all out into play, the deck is just pure fire. Really just very, very aggressive, very cool. So it looks like we are playing against Dr. Strangelove and his Malamar deck, so that is neat. We'll see what he's got in store for us. We should be okay, honestly. Things like Deoxys can't really one-shot your Garchomps, and then if he has to go in with like Necrozma, or if he has to go in with like Marshadow, then we can one-hit KO any of those threats. So we should be all right. The thing that I'm be the most worried about is if my opponent, ends up GXing me or something. But honestly, I think that they'll probably go ahead in prizes early on, so I should be okay. Now, I was brainstorming today, right? I was at my other job, which will soon be ending, but I was at my other job today. It was in-service day, so the kids weren't there, so I had a lot of time to think. But I was thinking, I want to do a contest for Tricky Jim. I want to run a contest, like a giveaway contest, right? But I was thinking, I asked about it on Twitter, so if you follow me on Twitter, you might have seen this already. I was thinking about doing an art contest, a playmat design contest, right? Where the idea would be that I just ask for submissions to create a design for a playmat, right? And the theme of the playmats would be Pokemon doing extreme sports. Like, obviously, I love my Sneasel skateboarding, right? Using that as skateboard is super dope. But let's see here. I need to think real quick, and then I'm going right back. All right, so we're gonna get a Gaibo here, and then it looks like, unfortunately, we are going to have to do a lot. I do not want to throw the Super Boost onto. Yeah, we're just gonna Lily. And sure, okay, I can live with this because we get to Brooklet Hills, so that's not actually the worst thing ever. We can go get a Riolu. And then I've got Timer Ball for next turn, Rare Candy, Super Boost, Lance, all that if my opponent does get a turn 2 knockout or something crazy like that. But I'm super cool with this, so we just pass. Go from there. But the contest, like I was saying, would be a playmat design contest. So I would ask for submissions via Twitter. I think probably the easiest way to do it. Just tweet at me submissions and things like that, or maybe just I'll create an email or something. But the theme of the playmat would be Pokemon doing extreme sports. So you guys create a design, and there would be a cash prize for the winner. And then also I would show off all the submissions on the channel. So if you do take time to submit, you're at the very least, you're going to get your design shouted out and shown off in a video on the channel. And then if you win, you get the cash prize. I was thinking $100, and then delivered to you via PayPal, or mailed to you via check, whatever. And then also I would play with your playmat, right? I would make just 2 copies of playmat, one for you, which I would send to you. That would be another prize, that you get your playmat printed, right? And one for me, and I would play with the playmat at a regional championship. So we wouldn't be selling the playmat. If you wanted to sell the playmat, it's your design. You own all the artwork to it, right? Because it's your artwork. So if you wanted to sell it, that's on you. But we would be creating 2 copies of your playmat. I would give you one for free for winning, and then I would get one as well, and I would play with it at a regional championship. So let me know in the comments below if you would be interested in this contest. I'm going to be writing up the rules and everything, make it super official, right? Because there are $100 on the line, right? So I really want to do this. I think, I really want to inspire all the artists out there to kind of create something cool. I had a bunch of ideas in my own head as far as like, I think just like some sort of Pokemon on like a dirt bike would be really cool, or like, yikes, we are stuck. We've got like a bad hand. My opponent judged me or something. This is a Marshadow. They let loose me, and this is just like horrendous. So that's okay. We can go get ourselves another Gibble. Yeah, another Gibble. Okay, that's fine. And then we're just gonna end up passing. See, we could hit that Mimikyu, but that seems like pretty horrible. Looks like my opponent is kind of gearing up for an attack here. I think we just need to attach to we need to attach to somebody. Yeah, done. I'm gonna attach to the Gibble without the XP you're gonna share in case that Gibble gets knocked out, then it keeps its energy. But we got out of focus there for a second. But let me know what you guys think of that contest idea. I had a bunch of ideas myself. I was thinking I want some sort of Pokemon jumping on a dirt bike, doing some sort of trick or something like that over a huge jump. I was like, what about a Blaziken, right? Like a Blaziken jumping on a dirt bike, or an Electabuzz jumping on a dirt bike would be super cool. Or a Pokemon on an acro bike doing a trick or something like that. Or even just a Pokemon snowboarding, I think would be a lot of fun as well. I had a bunch of ideas going through my head. I think that would just be super cool. Any extreme sport you guys can think of or you think would be fun to see a Pokemon doing is fair game. So this is pretty much horrible. I think we're pretty close to giving up here, but we'll see how it goes. Yes, we still have nothing, so we'll get ourselves another Riolu. We're gonna rescue Stretcher, get that Gibble from the discard pile into my hand, sure. And then I am just going to smack into this thing, I think, with the DCE. That's it. There's no point in doing anything else. We're just going to energy drive. Maybe we get to 2-hit KO this thing. If my opponent can't whip up a Pokemon that can knock out my Lele. I also have counter catcher to make sure that I bring this Necrozma back up into the active position next turn. But yeah, so the contest, I think it's pretty sweet. I'm excited about it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know any ideas that you guys have for the contest in the comments below, and that'll just be a fun kind of giveaway. I think fun kind of creative giveaway that I was thinking about doing for Tricky Gym this fall. So gonna be getting those rules written up and all of that pretty shortly here, just as soon as I get a spare minute. It's been very busy lately, but I love rewarding artists and things like that. When I was in college, I actually won a contest kind of similar to this. I didn't win. I got close to winning. But for anybody old enough to remember, copycat for 3. Yikes, my opponent doesn't have a lot going on. For anybody old enough to remember, back when Mountain Dew was doing the Democracy campaign, right? So Mountain Dew did this thing. I think they did it once or twice, but they had people vote on Mountain Dews, right? So the first time they ended up picking Voltage, and I think Voltage won, right? And the second time they ended up picking Whiteout, and Whiteout won. So the first time they just had 3 flavors of Mountain Dew, and they ended up just having people vote on their favorite. Voltage won. Voltage became an official flavor, right? So that was pretty cool. It's called Democracy. And then, let's see, I still am just drawing absolute garbage, just absolute filth off of everything here. Just my top decks have been horrible since that Marshadow. I'm actually going to go and I'm just going to Brooklyn Hill for the Gibble. I guess that thins my deck, right? And then we actually do get to take a prize here, so that's kind of cool. And I'm not if I top deck here, I take 2 prizes, and if I top deck, I could win, but oh my gosh, what an atrocious hand, right? I really just need, I need to get DCE Garchomp. Even if I just get a Cynthia and can Cynthia into it, I have not seen any sort of nothing. No Ultra Balls, no nothing. But anyways, Mountain Dew did this Democracy thing, and they voted on Mountain Dews. Voltage won the first time. And then during the second wave of the competition, I was in college when this was happening, right? And I have an art degree. That's how I learned how to do video, photography, all that. Very creative. They knock out with the Marshadow there, so that is very interesting. They've got the Mimikyu in the hopper over there, just in case they want to copycat my Royal Blades. That is pretty cool play on my opponent's part, so nice. I think we have to assume that we attack this turn, right? We kind of have to hope, at least. that we attack this turn. We've got more lilies. Wow, I didn't think it could get any worse than this, but apparently it can. First of all, let's not be bad unless a nest ball. Let's burn that. Done. Okay, we're going to put the Gibble down. We need to counter catcher up the Mimikyu, so we have to hope that we lily into a Garchomp and a DCE. That's what we need. We've got, oh my gosh, we've got it. Actually have Lucario and Garchomp, so like that's enough actually. So here we go. We're gonna knock out that Mimikyu, and our board position is like not actually that bad, right? If I knock out this dude right here, this is not like the worst thing ever. We can go just get that DCE. We can Royal Blades the Mimikyu, and then if my opponent struggles to knock out, this thing next turn, we could be in an okay spot. But if they can knock out, if they can knock out the Garchomp, we just like definitely lose. So we're gonna hope that they ain't got it like that this next turn. But they have 3 Malamars out. I fully expect that they can just very easily promote the Mars Shadow, retreat into a Necrozma or something like that, and just have their way. But back to story time. Okay, so I was in college. They were doing the democracy thing again. This is when Whiteout won, right? But they were having people submit designs on Facebook for the cans, right? So they had people design can art, and then the idea was that the can art, they would take the winner, and then they would have their professional designers over at Pepsi or Mountain Dew or whatever kind of do the design and then end up putting it on the cans. So the design for Whiteout, the Whiteout Mountain Dew that you see on the shelves now, was actually designed by somebody who had entered this contest. So the winner of the contest, I think, got like some thousands of dollars. I think like $10,000, right? Then second place and third place got to get some other things as well. And then something else that was cool about the contest is that like they actually sent you like 3 cans, and you could like try out the Mountain Dews before they were like a thing. So that was like pretty cool as well. So we got to do that, and I got to like sample all the Mountain Dews. But I finished in the top 10, and they said the top 10 as far as like, and then the winners were decided by like Facebook vote. So like the top 10, I got like all my friends to vote for me, and I finished in like the top 10 as far as the voting went, and they gave us all free MacBook Pros. So I got like a free MacBook Pro. It was like a $2,500 laptop from Pepsi when I was like 20 years old, and that's like the computer I used for like 5 or 6 years, and it was absolutely crazy. It was a lot of fun. It was awesome. Now obviously I can't be giving out MacBook Pros, but I do have $100 I'd like to give away to somebody for creating an artwork design of a Pokemon on a skateboard. So what do we get? GX? Is that what just happened? I wasn't paying attention. All right, let's see what happened in the game log. Okay, they took prize. They used Royal Blades. Oh, oh my gosh, they copied Royal Blades with the Marshadow. Oh, I am like super done. There's no way. Okay, so that's rough. We need to like respond here for sure. There's no way we do it, but it's whatever. We can't give up. Okay, let's go get, I don't know, this guy here, Latios. If we can get 3 Dragon Evolution Pokemon in play, we could attack with that Latios this turn. So let's Lily here, see what we can get. We do have Rare Candy and Super Boost. Let's see, Rare Candy. Oh, yikes. I could Dragon Fleet, I guess, but that just seems so bad. Do they have any, what are the attackers do they have in the discard pile here? They only have Mimikyu and Dawnwing, so they can't actually do anything good. Let's Rare Candy into a Garchomp here. Lance would have been ideal to be able to play like a while ago, but we're just kind of getting run off the board here. Let's Precognitive Aura. Let's go get ourselves... I don't think that there's any way out of this. It just feels super sketch. We needed so much more. Let's see, Quick Dive. I mean, we can Quick Dive. We get a DCE, I guess. I think we just get a DCE. That just seems right. Let's just put, I don't know. Let's hope that my opponent can't knock me out next turn. Let's just put the Garchomp up. We could just put the Garchomp up, and we could get a Cynthia next turn. I'm just trying to think. I mean, they're just going to be able to copy whatever I do next turn or Dark Flash, so it's not actually enough to knock out a Garchomp. We could just attach to the Garchomp, put it in the active, and hope they can't knock it out. I actually don't terribly mind that. So let's give it a try. We're gonna attach the fighting to the Garchomp there. We're gonna retreat, and I mean, like, I could have attached the DC and I could have like used quick dive, I guess, but I wanted to save the DC just in case the Garchomp does get knocked out. And then they're probably just going to discard the Necrozma there. I didn't want to quick dive just in case I wanted to maybe attack with Latios this next turn. But now that they've got the Necrozma in the discard pile, that was like the final. That was kind of like the final key that they need just to kind of, you know, destroy me this game. So I don't think that there's anything that can be done. I had to fill my bench in order to use lilies this game, so I think they just got it like that. So I'm going to say good game to my opponent. Y'all got it. Y'all got it, dude. Well played. Yep, and we out. All right, concede. Let's go ahead and try roll another one with Garchomp. Garchomp, I think, is just a little too temperamental for me. I like it a lot as a deck, and I think it's a lot of fun for sure, especially if you can pull off the crazy Lance play. I want to show you guys Lance. I want to get in there with the GX, right? The Komodo GX, totally insane. Super boost Komodo GX Lance. When you get it like that, the deck just pops off. It's like totally insane. So I want to get a game where we show that off for sure, and you guys can see why the Garchomp deck is like even a thing that I'm talking about, right? Because when it goes off, and it's kind of scary. But that's the thing too. It's just such a, you know, stage 2 deck. It's very much a stage 2 deck, right? And we kind of see its inconsistencies all over the place. So here we go. We got ourselves Riolu and Gibble and nothing else. Yikes. So this is unfortunately something that happens all too often with a stage 2 deck. My opponent's going first, so I can Ascension turn 1. But I am worried that since my opponent is playing a Zoroark deck with the Slugmas or the Macargo, it looks like this is probably Zoroark with Macargo. Is like, yes, that's exactly what it is. I have no idea how my opponents fit all of this stuff inside of a Zoroark deck, but it's all good, you know? I'm not asking any questions. Let's just hope that my opponent's 2-card hand does... Oh, yeah! We top decked a supporter, guys. That is awesome. Let's go and get ourselves a Gibble. And then, you know what? If my opponent's got it like that, they got it like that. I'm going to say the easiest way for them to get the Slugma out of the active is going to be the Guzma. So I'm going to attach to the active, and then we're just going to Lily, and I am going to probably end up using Ascension. So we're going to do that. Let's get ourselves another Riolu here. So we got 2 Riolus, 2 Gibbles, and we ain't got nothing else going on. That is sad. How in the world did we just get into such a bad hand here? I don't know, but oh well. We've got Guzma, and we can Royal Blades something next turn because we got the escape board here too. But how do we just not have an Ultra Ball or anything? We have nothing. Just nothing. Now, what's cool is I can actually just like rare candy into Garchomp on one of these bench guys, and I could just quick dive. Let's see, do they have the Lycanroc Guzma? I'm going to be so salty if they just have Lycanroc Guzma. That's going to be so... but let's see here. They do decide to bring up my Riolu, and if they don't knock it out, I doubt that their 3-card hand here is like DCE Guzma. You know, if they just have DCE Guzma, their last 2 cards, that's going to be insane. But no, they opt to trade. Oh, they can't Guzma, right? Because they've already lilied. So that's not happening. Let's see, they do get the unit energy. Yeah, they get the unit energy there on their Lycanroc. They are ready to do some damage. Let's see, we've got more cards we don't need. What do you know? Let's go in. I think we just rare candy this other Gibble into a Garchomp. And I think that we attach DCE and probably hit into the Zorua. We just knock the Zorua out. I think we just do that. Seems fine. It's not great, but like we have a dead hand. So I think we just do that. And then, you know, we actually, if we just top deck anything, we are okay. So I'm just going to knock that. If we like top deck a Cynthia, it's going to be very easy for me to get out of this. Unfortunately, we are not top decking Cynthia. I'm probably going to get this Garchomp Dangerous Rogue. We're just going to suffer again, and this is just so sad. Please, why am I dead drawing so incredibly much with this deck? I really want to show it off on stream the other day. If you guys caught the stream, I was just killing it with this deck. We were in there. We got the old we got the Lance. We got the Komodo Dragon out there. Oh, you whiffed an energy. I know, it's sad. Sometimes we all whiff things. We can't all get what we want, Mr. J. Hanno. So, oh, you're playing body. See, I have no idea. How do these guys fit all of this stuff in their deck? I mean, you've got a 2/2 Macargo and Super Scoop Ups. What in the world is this? Oh my gosh. Oh, what am I even looking at? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's fine. Let's go ahead. We're going to attach that there. We're going to attach a skateboard there. And then let's just Lily for some more cards here. And, oh, we've got it. We've got everything our heart desires now. So we are good to go. I think here we just start quick diving. Yeah, I'm not trying to do anything but quick dive. And then next turn I can Lance and hit with Latios. So let's do that. I think we can quick dive the active for a lot. So let's just quick dive the active for a lot because there's weakness involved. So, oh, we could Timer Ball. Let's hit some things. Yes, heads, tails. All right, so we got ourselves one Lucario, please. We're going to go get the Lucario. And now that we have the Garchomp in play, we can go search for other things that we might need, such as another Lucario. Let's go. Ah, it's prized. I can't get the other Garchomp. I can't also get... See, am I behind? I'm not even behind in prizes, so I can't even like counter catcher. Let's see. We get ourselves probably just another Garchomp seems fine. So that next turn I can probably use the. I mean, we actually just want like a. I think we want a Cynthia. No, we want a Lance. Next turn we want to Lance. So I think that I can knock it out. Let's see. I think I want to Lance next turn, and I need 3 stage 2s in order to do that. So I think I think I like getting the super boost. That's fine. I'm gonna get the super boost, all right? And then we want to like Lance next turn, and we want to like knock some things out with the GX. That's just what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna hit into this Zoroark here. That seems like the safest play for 100. They've got bodybuilding dumbbells. I wasn't expecting all that, so we're starting to get things built up here. Which feels good. My opponent's list feels very greedy. I think that's probably, I don't feel bad for them missing things, but here they go. They've got the engine up now. They've got the Macargo. They've got the Zoroark. They've got Guzma, but who are they selecting? The Lucario. They knew it. But that's the joke's on you, my guy. They scooped. Okay, because I had the Lance and I had the Super Boost. So that's why I knew if they took out Lucario, I wanted a Lance. I wanted to get myself like a bunch of stage 2s. I was going to go get the 2 stage 2s, and I was going to be able to GX, I think for like 240 damage or something, which would have been just enough to knock out that dude. All right, so let's play one more game. See, I was big brain thinking over there. We got the super boost because I knew that if they took out the Lucario, I wasn't getting the super boost, and I knew I wanted to Lance. So that was the thought process there. We were thinking ahead. Let's see, Mr. P. Auraria. Let's see if we can win this one as well. Go 2-1 with the Lucario deck. We've got a Cynthia. That's good. Cynthias are really what makes this deck run. You guys saw the games where I was struggling to get going. I did not have Cynthias, so that was definitely, I was aboard the struggle bus. So we are going first. That is good as well. I think that I just Lily this hand away. Are we playing against a Sylveon deck? This is actually kind of treacherous. I don't think that I can win versus a Sylveon deck, but I don't know. Let's see. Maybe we can just, run them off the board turn 1. So let's just Lily this hand, I think. And then I just have the Cynthia in my hand. So we're going to Lily. We've got Timer Balls. That's not exactly what I want. I want a rare candy, but I think that I just go, maybe I go thin my deck first. Yikes. We definitely want the rare candy, but that's just not something that we have. So let's thin the deck a little bit more. I'm going full greed here. We want a turn 2 attack, so I'm going to go get a Gabite as well, and that way I just have something to evolve into next turn no matter what. And we're going to pass. So next turn, if I miss the rare candy to get a turn 2 Garchomp in the active, then I will just go for Cynthia and hope I hit it. This appears to be Sylveon. I only play 8 energies, 9 actually counting Super Boost. So things could get really, really ugly here very quickly, and I'm not exactly stoked on that. That'd be horrible, but it's cool. I think, especially if they have Crushing Hammer just to remove this energy from the Skibble, it's just like game over. We just might scoop that up and then try something else. I think these. Oh, they got Guzma though. They're gonna bring up the Riolu, and then they're probably just gonna Magical Ribbon. Magical Ribbon. Try to make life a little bit harder for me. They want me to have to hit a bunch of stuff. It's cool though. I got the Lucario, so we can maybe make it happen here. We just yikes, we don't play Judge or anything in this list either, so they're just keeping those cards in their hand. That's just a reality here. So we just have to hit it. We have a chance to. I mean, it's not like unheard of. We just have to hit Rare Candy and a Garchomp off of this Cynthia. We have to. We didn't have it before. We just have to hit it. So let's go. Need Rare Candy Ultra Ball. Come on. Let's get it. Give me no Rare Candies. Oh, why? Oh, gosh. That is horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. We've got everything that we need except for the Rare Candy there. We could have Precognitive Aura, gotten ourselves a skateboard. I think that's game. Honestly, it's like that. Like, it's that bad. Like, I don't think that there's any coming back from this. Let's see. Do we even have the escape board in the deck? We did not have the escape board in the deck, actually, so it wasn't. The dream was dead already. So I'm just going to go ahead. We're going to save time. We ain't playing this one out. You got it, my friend. All right. Game 4. All right, we're going to try and break even with the Garchomp deck now. We're not going to sit around while my opponent just removes my 9 energy from play. Like, no. All right, we're not doing that. They selected the cards they needed. We needed a Cynthia in to win. Couldn't quite get there. One more game with Garchomp. This is Otto's list, like I had said, so super cool stuff. I think that we had decided that it was just a little bit underwhelming for a big tournament like Memphis. It's not exactly a tournament-winning deck. Definitely fun, especially to roll games with on PTCGO. Definitely a good time. Getting to Royal Blades thing, and also just the Lance is like probably one of the most fun cards to play. When you guys saw, I was playing against Riley. I was playing like Buzzgarb Shrine, right? And I got like a turn 1 knockout on his Riolu or something, or it might have been a Gabite even. I think it was a Gabite. And then he just had the turn 2 Lance and just responded. And it was just so, oh my gosh, it hurt my soul. It was so rough. But see what we got here. A couple copies of Riolu, a Lily. This is honestly about as ideal as a turn 1 hand can look. So, we're going first. This is all looking promising here. Let's see, what are we playing against? Mr. Poke 1588. See what we got going on here. We are playing against a Buzzgarb Shrine Weavile thing, probably. So let's go get a Gibble. We should be okay here. We don't have a ton of Pokemon with abilities, so I'm not super concerned. Let's just start out. I feel like we just Ultra Ball the Palpad away. Yeah, I feel like we Ultra Ball the Palpad away and just Lily for 8. I'm not getting bamboozled this game, all right? We're just not. It's not happening, all right? We're not drawing dead. We're going to draw good. We're going to draw flames. Let's go. So we're going to slap the DC on the Gibble there and then just Lily for a draw of 8. We want everything. All right, we've got a Brooklet Hill as well. I don't really think that I need the Brooklet Hill. I just honestly don't. Somehow we have like a kind of a dead hand again. This is insane, but it's cool. I mean, I can work with this. I just need a Lucario or something. I got the turn 2 Garchomp, but I've got no supporters other than Lance. That's fine. I actually don't want to play anything down just in case I do get the opportunity to Lance. So we're just going to kind of hold tight here, because if we Lance, then we can get just 2 stage 2s into play. So I want to save that room for that. Now, I decided not to play my Brooklet Hill down either, just because I don't want my opponent to just be able to get, if they have play Buzzwoles or anything, I don't want them to be able to go get it for free. This looks like it could just be a dedicated Weavile deck, though, so that is a little bit sketchy. They've got the Cocos out. They've got the Weaviles out. Yup, see, I had no idea what I was up against. I didn't know that I was going to be playing against a Coco Weavile spread deck, but it looks like that is what we got going on. So Coco has an annoying amount of hit points for me to take down. I don't like that, not at all. And actually, good thing I did not attach to the active. They could have sneaky smashed me, which I would not have been. Sneaky smash is only the active, right? Let me check that again. Sneaky smash is only the active, right? Your opponent's Pokemon. Oh my gosh, they actually get to discard from my Gibble. That's horrible. I thought it was just the active. Wow, sneaky smash is broken, honestly. So that is a travesty. Let's see here. We need to be way more careful with our energy then. I still have kind of a dead-ish kind of hand, but let's see what we can do. Need to be very careful here. So I don't know, honestly. This just all seems bad. I can detect, I can jab, but yikes, I can't believe, I promise I thought that was only the active Pokemon. That's why I attached the DC to the bench. I would have just held on to it. Yikes, that is horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Let's see. I think we have to put the Latios down. Oh my gosh. How are they going to knock out my active? They're not even going to ever knock anything out. I'm never going to get to Lance. Ever. This is just going to be horrendous all day, every day. It's just going to be horrible. Oh my gosh. I don't want to put any more Pokemon down. I just want to Lance eventually. Let's put an energy onto the Garchomp and just pass. Yeah. I can't like jab that Sneasel. That's horrible. Detecting feels horrible. I only have 7, 8 energy. What's up? Tell him I'm good for now, but thank you. Thank you. Chandler just came in and asked with a sign if I wanted Chipotle for dinner, so that was pretty funny. But yeah, no. I think that we're just out of luck here. We do have a Cynthia. That's cool. I mean, we can get the ball rolling if I can actually draw into some cards here. So let's this just feels so bad. Sure, let's put the Brooklet Hill down. I don't want to put any more cards down, but we kind of just have to thin as much as possible to give ourselves a chance of drawing out of this. So I need like DCE and I need Lucario. Wow. I mean, ask and you shall receive. Am I right? So there we go. We've got the Lucario. We've got the DCE. We can actually make this happen now. Because if my skateboard's in the deck, that is. If the skateboard's not in the deck, we lose this game too. And there it is. Okay, so we've got the escape board. That is good. So the cool thing, we actually don't have any abilities in my deck, so we should be pretty rad at just like kind of just going through these things, right? We should just be able to kind of just knock my opponent out pretty easily, doing 200 damage. I think ideally we want to be attacking with somebody else. Getting the second Lucario out is going to be very good for me. I think we want to start attacking with like Latios and just using Dragon Fleet over and over again. Now this will be kind of stressful because my opponent is going to like, they're just, I have one ability, yes. So they have the one, that's fine. I don't really care. But I am super weak to that thing. So this is horrible. What do they get to do? 2, 4, 6, and then they can attack the Lele, I guess, but it's fine. You know what? Dude, I don't know, man. What am I even playing against? This is not good. Not good for me. It's been way too sketchy with these decks here. See, Riolu coming out, and my opponent's going to try and install again, and my opponent has very correctly guessed that I don't really have a lot of switch cards. But that's fine because I can, and then what, they can rearrange Magical Swap. That's horrible for me. Okay, we're just going to have to evolve again. We're going to start just having to go search for like lots of different things. So let's Precognitive Aura. Let's search for let's see here. We want a Guzma for sure. We can't counter catcher. We want a Guzma. We play one Guzma, right? We play one Guzma, right? Oh, we do not have a Guzma. That is horrible. Wow. So what do I have to do? I have to retreat this thing manually, and I have to Cynthia. That's pretty rough. Okay. So we're going to retreat manually. We're going to retreat manually with a Fighting Energy. Sure, that's horrible. And then we have to go get a Cynthia as well. So let's Rare Candy into, let's get that guy into a big Hulkin stage 2 there. And then I think we just have to, Quick Dive is never going to knock out a Coco. That's horrible. I think we just have to go get a Cynthia. Yeah. And then we have to Cynthia, and we have to Royal Blaze this thing again. Just going to be a pain, you know. I'm not getting energy attachments down. This is highly annoying. Let's go. So we have to retreat this thing and just have to Cynthia out of it. Oh my gosh, because of the only one escape board, no Guzma at my disposal. Let's just retreat into this guy. And then I guess we're almost in a space where I can put a super boost on one of these Garchomps. So like that's good. I just think with with all of this damage on board, I mean, my opponent's just going to be continuously spreading that over and over and over again until they can magical swap, just knock out all my energy from play, and that'll just be pretty devastating for my board state. I don't think that I'm going to be able to come back from that. Losing that DC early on was annoying as well. It definitely kind of slowed me down. But it's I think it was going to be kind of inevitable either way. It just seems kind of like a bad spot. So we do have to double Lucario out, so that's good. My opponent kind of has to draw. I mean, they have to draw things. They can't just, let's see, they can Psy-Wave this turn. So they would do 20 damage times the amount of energy. So they do 2, 4, 6. So they would do 120. So they can actually knock me out with Psy-Wave on that Lele. However, if they knock me out with Psy-Wave on the Lele, then, let's see, he's free to your Dragon Pokemon in play. Yikes. And then I also just happen to have the Komodo in my hand. That is super depressing as well. It's not what I want. We want the Komodo in the deck. I don't think that necessarily getting the Komodo out's a great idea, but it is an idea. I mean, we could do it. Definitely makes good use of Super Boost, and if my Komodo can last a few turns, that's good for me as well. We'll say, though, with 6 non-GX Pokemon out, it is going to be difficult for my opponent to rearrange the damage to be, a perfect 6 prizes. That's going to be tough for them, so they need to actually take something out. Wow, they used the Counter Catcher. They literally just used the Counter Catcher, I think, to just burn another card. I don't really know what they're looking for. And they're going to Evil Admonition for 100. Okay, so they are just taking this opportunity to hit and do more damage, which I understand, so I respect that. That makes sense. I think it almost just does not matter who we attach energy to, but I think we will attach energy to this guy here. And then let's just Cynthia again, and we're just streaming Cynthias here, so that's like kind of fine. So that's pretty cool. Then I can Lucario for some things this next turn, kind of get it rolling there. Let's just evolve into Gabite here. That feels fine. And then next turn we'll get the Garchomp out. Then we can just Precognitive Aura. I want to get, we want to get probably like Palpad. Yikes. We don't have Palpad. Did I get rid of the Palpad early? Is that something that I did? That seems bad. Let's see, we definitely want to get Rescue Stretcher, Lance, Experience Share. Experience Share seems good. Yeah, let's get an Experience Share. And then also, let's see. Show the playmat. How many Cynthias do I have left? How many? 1. I have 1 Cynthia left. No Palpad. I think it's prized. Let's just get that. That feels okay. And then what else should we get? We can get for one more thing. We have 1 evolved Dragon Pokemon in play. If I can get 3 out, I can start knocking things out with the Latios, which is cool. Let's just go get one more thing. Let's just go get a Cynthia. I don't know. Let's just go get another Cynthia. All right, we got our final Cynthia out here. That's cool. I think there's no point in getting the Lance. I think if I get Lance, then what? We could get like Super Boost the following turn. It doesn't matter. I'm going to be able to search for like whatever I want next turn. So let's just retreat into the Garchomp. Let's just knock this thing out. Retreat into Garchomp. I'm going to put the Experience Share onto the damaged Garchomp. Just, you never know. I don't know. Just in case. And then let's Royal Blades for knockout here. So my opponent has a choice. They can move some damage around. Oh, we got another Fighting Energy, so that's good as well. They can move some damage around. If they do, how much damage do they have in play, actually? So they have 4, 8, 120, 220, 260, 280, 300. So they have 300 damage in play. That's just enough to knock out both of my Garchomps. But then they heal everything else. So they will have only taken 2 prizes if they do that. So I actually think that I'm like pretty much in a game-winning situation now that I'm kind of taking stock of everything that I have. I only have 1 DC down, 2, 3. That means I have 1 more left in deck. I have 1 more Super Boost left in deck as well. I think I definitely can win this game. They're just not doing nearly enough damage. If they would have been able to Coco every single turn, I think that would have been more frightening. So I highly anticipate that they are going to try to Guzma and then knock out both my Garchomps. I think that is probably the play that they are looking for. It's a good play. If they do that, then I'm kind of in a tough spot because they know that I am just running out of switch options. So I don't like that. That actually is very annoying if they make me switch. Again, I don't think that I have... Oh, I did get rid of my Pal Pad. Rats. But I should have a copy of Guzma in the deck. I think we do play a copy of Guzma. So that... Oh, bringing up the Latios is extremely interesting. Do they not think that I can do it? Because I can definitely do it. I think what I do is I Ultra Ball. We can actually definitely knock out this Lele. I think that if I Ultra Ball for another Garchomp, evolve this one here, right? Then I can double Lucario. I Lucario for Rescue Stretcher and put 2 Garchomps back into the deck. Then I go get Lance as well, right? And I go Rescue Stretcher, I go Lance. I get 3 Stage 2. I get 3 evolved, Garchomps out, and then I just win, right? I think I just put an energy onto the Latios, and we just win the game. So that's what I think that we got. That's what I think we got going on here. But we'll see what my opponent ends up doing with this damage swap. I think I can't lose, especially if they just leave this Latios. And the Latios is just an incorrect choice. They should have picked the Lucario 10 times out of 10. I don't know why they didn't pick the Lucario. They just don't think I got it like that. They think that they're going to clear my board of evolution Pokemon. They think that this Dragon Fleet's not going to be doing any damage, but I'm about to just Lance and just punish that play so hard. I'm going to have a clean Latios Prism Star in the active position. What was looking like was going to be a very sketchy turn for me is turned into literally ideal. This was like the best thing they could have done for me. Now, granted, everybody else was a bad choice. I mean, they couldn't... The Gabite and the Latios are just the wrong choice to Guzma. This is the right choice to Guzma here. They just had to bring it up because I'm not attacking with this thing. I just am not going to at all. There was no chance of me doing it. So, I don't know. That's just, hopefully, I think so long as I don't... No, I actually don't think that there's any way I can mess this up. I think we're good. I think we just can Rescue Stretcher back into the deck and Lance. In fact, yeah. That's just it. That's exactly what we do. So we're good to go. Let's see, they get their 2 prizes. I'm gonna go down to 2 prizes remaining. Let's check out the deck real quick. Make sure all the pieces are in play to make this happen. Let's Nest Ball. See what the deck is looking like. I actually have 2 Garchomps in deck, so I can just right, but I can't get the Lance until I get a Garchomp into play. So we can Lance for the Rescue Stretcher. All right, let's do it then. All right, so we're going to go get Ultra Ball away Lily and Riolu here. Actually, the Choice Band is like completely pointless. Yeah, let's get rid of those. We're going to get ourselves Garchomp. That's good. Step number 1. And then we're going to evolve into Garchomp. We are going to Precognitive Aura, and I could just do it, like, honestly, I could just get the Komodo out, but I don't want to get the, I don't really want to get the Komodo out, I don't think. I think we would rather not, just because it's taking damage, and, like, I don't know, maybe they could, the Komodo could just win me the game, though, honestly. Let's get Lance, and then I think the Komodo could just be the best play, right? No, because then my opponent could, like, Tapu Lele it with counter energy. I don't really like that. So I think we're going to get just, double, we're just going to get double, you know what I'm talking about. All right, let's get a Rescue Stretcher. We're going to get the Garchomps into play. Let's shuffle. Let's do the Garchomp, Gibble. Throw those back into the deck. Then busted Lance. All right, didn't see that coming, did you? There we go, double Garchomp. And we get to knock out with the Latios Prism Star. Broken play. Let's go, Dragon Fleet. And get out of here, Tapu Lele. We've got 2 prizes remaining. Didn't see that one coming, did you? Pretty nuts. So we've got Lele in hand, Cynthia in hand. We are good to go. Literally, we just need, we can Cynthia for our final knockout. We can go get final couple knockouts, we can go get, oh, Enhanced Hammer. They play Enhanced Hammer. No. Oh, they could have foiled me there. I think we have 1 DCE left and 1 Super Boost left. So long as they don't play, so long as I take knockouts with both of those energies, which I should be able to do, then we should be fine to just win the game from here. And I don't think that they have a chance so long as I take prizes with both of them. And you guys can see, yes, this is why I was concerned about putting the Komodo GX into play. Just would have been a little bit sketchy there. So they will get to do 60 damage to each of my Lucarios if they draw into some energy here from a 0 card hand off of the Oranguru. Counter energy, unit energy, rainbow energy, I don't know, DCE, whatever. But honestly, they might not have it, though. They just very well may not. They have a lot of resources down, 2 DCE, 2 counter. They did get the counter energy, though, so they are going to be able to make that happen. But they're going to have to make it happen back-to-back, and they would have to do it, rule of evil here, and then they'd have to rule of evil here in order to make that stick. I think otherwise I can just win. And they do 60 damage to their own Oranguru. So there's no way they win doing that play. They just cannot. I'm going to save this basic fighting energy in case I need to retreat anybody. We just need to go get ourselves double colorless energy and take this knockout, honestly. And then we want to save the... we want to save our final super boost for the game-winning play. So let's precognitive aura as well. And we can't counter catcher, rare candy. None of this is useful. Let's just get a Lily and draw some cards. That's fine. I think we can draw a card, right? Let's attach this here. Do we get to draw 1 card? I think we draw 1 card. Yep. It's fine. I'm just, sure, Lily for 1 card. Whatever. What can it hurt? Let's just play this as well, just to thin the deck. There's no point, really. No point in not doing it. Let's just get let's get a Garchomp. That's fine. And then we've just got everything that we need in order to finish this game off. I guess so long as my opponent does not knock out one of my Garchomps. If they knock out one of my Garchomps, I'm in a tight spot because I need that super boost in order to take the game-winning play with Cynthia. They also, I don't really want them to knock out the Latios, but we're fine even if they do knock out the Latios. I don't think that they can, though. They just are doing like 80 damage to Latios. I think they just ain't got it like that. And this is going to be a stunner of a conclusion to the Garchomp deck. So I'm glad we were able to finally get a win. I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch, but glad we were finally able to get a good solid win with the Latios deck instead of those kind of yikes games that we had earlier. We did win 1. I think my opponent quit very quick, but I was going to win that game anyway. It's fine. So broke even with the Garchomp Lucario deck. Shout out to Otto for crafting an awesome list. Just definitely a fun deck to play. I'm going to show off the deck list in the description below for anybody who is interested. Let's see, I didn't consider actually they can reorganize the damage. They can damage swap, but they attached a unit, I think, so they can't damage swap. That's not happening. So they are just going to hit me for, what, 2, 4, 40, 80 damage? Is that what we got? Oh, they do have the enhanced hammer. Yikes. So what are you doing? They have another enhanced hammer. Oh, this is a horrible play. Why did they bring the Garchomp out, though? Well, that's fine. Okay, here we go. We got there. We actually need to Cynthia first, so let's do that. And then we can Royal Blades for game. Didn't mean to say, not horrible play, but I think the times, my opponent definitely could have won that game. They just had to, the 2 times they brought, and there's my Guzma, right? Because I needed the Guzma out of my prizes. It was prized, but yikes. The 2 times that my opponent brought something up, they needed to bring up something that couldn't attack. I don't think that they were going to win the game otherwise. They had to bring up like the Lucario, they had to stall it, and then they had to damage swap things onto my bench or something like that. I think that was their only route to win. Anyways, let's take a look at this Garchomp deck here, show off what it's got going on. It's pretty fun. Definitely give it a shot. If you would like to show this deck list off on my Patreon and did a video interview with Otto about the deck on Patreon. So War Turtle subs get that exclusive video once a month. We brought Otto in and did an exclusive interview with him. through Patreon on this deck about a week and a half ago, and also it was part of our weekly deck discussion. As far as that's just all the Squirtle and Wartortle subs on Patreon get to partake in weekly deck discussions on my Patreon page as well. So thank you all so much for watching the video. Make sure to like the video, sub to the channel, ring that bell. Let me know what do you guys think of Garchomp Lucario with Lance in the comments below, and make sure you all have an awesome day. Peace.